Hello, Pablo.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, it's great to have you on the show. So, for people who don't know Pablo, he's a very famous piano player for tango, and yes, I'm really hyped to be talking to someone like Pablo because I don't think I've ever done this before in my interviews. So I'm very happy to be speaking with someone who's not only well known but is also represents something I have not yet explored in my interviews. So it's really for me also a challenge to talk about something different than usual. So I'm really looking forward to this interview. So Pablo, can you give me a short introduction of who you are for people who don't know you?
Uh, what can I say? Just I'm a tango pianist. I love tango music. I play in different bands. Uh, I can tell you Pablo Valle Sexteto, my own band, Siempre Tango, also my own band. And then I play with la Juan Los Herederos del Compás, la Auténtica Milonguera, and that's all I can say.
And you travel the world, right?
Yeah. Luckily, I can travel around the world and play piano, play tango. So that's amazing.
And you are also composing your own songs, I believe.
Yeah. I have my own songs. I play with Pablo Valle Sexteto and Siempre Tango. Yeah, and I'm trying to make new music for dance, of course, for listen too, but for dance because I think we have to create new music for dancers because, as you know, and the people know, the dancers still they dance the music of the 40s year when it was the golden age. Uh, so now I think we have to create new music because I think we deserve it. We the dancers deserve, and we also as musician, I think we need to play some new music.
Yes, so we're going to discuss that later. So just before
Yeah,
we start with your personal history, how it all
okay.
began, I just wanted to ask one more question as an introduction. So recently, for example, you went to Japan for a tour. So can you and Taiwan? So can you tell me a bit about how that looks like, or why you were on tour? Something is a bit of a strange question, but I hope you understand.
No, it's okay. Uh, yeah, maybe not only Japan. I can tell you that uh, we have the chance to to travel around the world, and we know uh, many countries that if we don't go to play music, to play tango, I think we cannot go there, or we don't have the plans to go this kind of countries like Japan, Taiwan. I had been also in Syria, Lebanon, uh, and these countries, of course, are very interesting to us because the culture, the kind of the people, the traits is different. It's very different. So when we go there, it's like a new world. It's a different planet. We feel that, and and also it's crazy that in these countries people dance tango. That's also very interesting to us. So yeah, I had been in Japan and Taiwan with La Hondarienzo just a few months, one month ago, uh, and yeah, it was incredible. It's my second time in Japan, my third time in Taiwan,
Hmm.
and it's really amazing when you see the theaters and the milonga and the people dance. It's really amazing. So I feel I'm so glad to know the war and just doing what I like, just play piano, play tango. That's what I like, and I have this chance to know the war. Uh, So I'm so happy about that. And of course, know these kind of countries is also very good, because I can go to USA, I can go to Europe just as a tourist. So it's okay. I can know these kind of countries, but Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, Syria, Lebanon, I think it's more difficult. So that's the reason I like what I do, and I'm glad to do that.
So I saw some of your photos when you were in Japan. It seems that you like Japan quite a lot, right?
Yeah, the culture, yeah, is how can I say, is really different to our country, our culture. And I like also the samurai story, samurai is really deeply story in Japan. So I make a song. This song is called Samurai. Yeah, just because yeah, I feel Japan for us is, how can I say in English? Sorry if I cannot explain, but it's so different. So I think it's the most close to another planet we have in our planet. I don't know if I'm clear.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's
clear.
really, really different. The people, the culture, there's also the food, of course, the food and the music. So when I'm there, I really feel happy. Also Taiwan, also I think Asia is really different. But Japan, and maybe we know more about Japan than other countries in this area.
Yes. So so you have quite an impressive personal history, but let's start from the beginning. So can you tell me a bit about your background?
Okay, from the beginning. Maybe
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yeah, the first few years we never remember. That's true, but whatever you can remember is always good.
Okay, it's hard to remember, and also it's hard to express this in English. I will try to do my best.
So if you need me to translate anything, then I can translate for you.
Yeah, okay.
Help you.
How can I say? Okay, at first, at beginning, just my mom, she wanted I be artist. I be an artist. So she tried different ways. I be artist. So I went to theater lessons and drawing and music, guitar lessons and keyboard, not piano, keyboard lesson. So she tried with all the ways. Finally, I choose the piano.
Nice.
But I think I never studied the piano as people study. Like I started with a teacher close to my home when I was 12 years old, and just I start to play some songs, not study like classical piano and something like this. And then I remember I stopped to study or play. And then when I was a teenager, like 16, maybe 17, I started to play with friends, and I played different styles, different kind of music like cumbia, salsa, rock. Maybe that's that moment I was trying to find my music, my way. And then when I was 20 years, yeah, 20 years old, I started to play tango with a friend. He is guitarist player. We just we tried to play tango, because that moment my touch of tango, my skills about tango music was horrible because I played tango not very well. but I start to play tango. Then I start to play with singer. I don't know how to say in English, but it's like you go to play in a place, and there's a lot of singers. They want to sing, of course. They pay, and it's like something like karaoke, but with musicians.
Oh,
and
really?
only
Okay.
tango, and
Okay.
only tango. So I follow the singers, not scores, not sheets, only my ear, and I start to play with guitar player and bandoneon player, and it was like I was 3 years playing that kind of concerts, of shows. And finally, in 2009, I had my first trip to South Korea. It was my first trip, South Korea. So till that moment, some of my family, my friends say, when you will start to work, because sometimes musician and also artist, when you are starting to play, when you are studying, they think it's not work, it's only hobby, so you need to work. But my mom never give up and say, when you are ready to work, you have to work with the music, not with other kind of works, because if you want to be a musician, you have to study and play and work with the music. But my friend says, you have to work, you have to start to work with, I don't know, you can open a supermarket, or you can, or I don't know, drive a car, I don't know. So finally, it was before the tour, but after my tour to South Korea, they changed their mind, because of course I go there, I go the other side of the planet, and they pay me, and so they changed the mind, say, okay, maybe, okay, are you working? Yeah, I'm working. So at that moment, the mind of the people, of my close people, changed, and also my mind changed, because I was in another planet, because South Korea for me at that moment was like another planet, and working and playing piano. And after that, I started to travel every year to many countries, and play not with singers like before. Start to play with bands and different kind of work, better works. And now I'm here with a lot of bands, a lot of performance, and of course now I can do many things before I couldn't, like compose my own songs, my own bands, and it's not only work now. Of course, it's music. It's a music, and the work is behind the music. So this is just a short resume of my story. That what can I say?
Yes. But so when you were a teenager, you stopped for a while playing piano.
Yeah.
So do you have any idea why?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what happened that moment. Yeah, I remember I was not study like the musician study at that moment. Maybe because my mom and my father, they are not musician, so maybe at that moment they didn't know how to make me study like classical music in the music school. So
Yeah.
I started just playing with a teacher close to my home. Then maybe I was boring. I don't know why I stopped. I don't remember. But maybe because I was I don't know, teenager. So you want to go out with friends, and you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the reason. I'm not sure, because I don't remember.
Yes. But did the teacher, did he try to make you play classical music or follow some kind of study program or?
No, that moment, uh, maybe I think maybe I told him I want to make my own songs that moment, not
Hmm.
tango, of course, just I don't know, pop or reggae music, and he follow my idea.
Okay.
He didn't say you have to study. He say okay, let's make music. Let's compose music. So I remember I was in his house, and just we record. I play something in keyboard, then he plays something with the guitar, and at that moment I remember I sung some songs, and he also helped me to compose. So I don't remember exactly, but I'm sure that I didn't study well that moment. Just I started to play like a game, play like
Yes.
just have fun.
Yeah. Well, it is quite inspiring for me that you can reach what you have achieved in your life without all the conservatory things and all the classical training and all the fixed ideas about how to be a musician, and you still got there. You
Mm.
still became a professional musician with a high like reputation, so you did not need to go to the conservatory in that sense.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah, but uh, there's I think it's long, but I will try to do something clear and short. I think the conservatory need to change how they learn, because now I remember my mom took me to a conservatory, but I remember I was scary the first day, because I was there and the teacher just say, okay, you play like half hour, I will come back. And that was all. So I think this is not good for a child, a children, a teenager. You need something more. You need to play, real playing with play like a game, not just do. That's
Yeah.
not good for teenagers. So I think conservatory maybe now is changing, but they need to change that. But I have to say that we must go to conservatory, because that moment I I play not well about the technique, and now I can see. Now I started to fix some movements in my hands. So I think maybe if of course I cannot, but if I cannot come back to my past and choose, maybe I have to. I choose to go to conservatory, but of course it's not good. It's not interesting for young people. So they need to change how they learn piano
Yes.
and instruments. But I think now it's changing, so it's okay. And of course, the childrens, they need to have fun with instruments. It's not only technique. They need to enjoy that moment and play with sounds. If you play keyboard, you have sounds, play, make stories like Tommy Sherry, and make music. I think that's the way the young people need to learn the instruments.
Yes. Well, you are a good example of wanting to play music in your own way and you just wanted to have fun, and also, of course, be a bit ambitious, because you can also have fun and just be a hobby, like have it as a hobby. But you wanted more, I think. So maybe you were
Yes.
both like focused on improvising, but also ambitious.
Yes.
So so after this break, you went back to learning, to playing with a friend, right? Like you said, you were playing with a friend.
Yeah, yeah. That moment I started to play with friends and exploring
No teacher.
different. No teacher. Actually, that moment I didn't read sheets, scores.
Ah,
I didn't read. I didn't know how to. And then, yeah, I was like 20 years old. I started to. That moment I went to music school with a really nice teacher. He was young that moment, maybe just older than me, but just few years, and he that moment he taught me how play some classical music, but also how to improvise and how to identify some melodies or harmony with the ear,
ah,
not seeing what happened. So that teacher changed my mind that moment, and I started to play a different way. And maybe that moment I realized I want to be professional musician. I want to be professional musician and start to study and to play tango that moment. But yeah, actually, that was the moment I changed my mind and I choose to be a professional musician.
okay. So how did you discover tango? Like, of course, you're from Argentina, so you probably knew what tango was, but like you also have to discover it as a play style and know more about the music. So how did you find tango?
I'm not sure, but to be honest, I think because a friend, he's a guitar player, he told me something about we can make a band and go to work in the center, something like this. Because of work, he said something like we can work in the center if we make a band. So I say, okay, let's try. But that moment, I wasn't really how you say I don't know how to say apasionado. I don't know how to say.
Yeah, passionate.
Yeah, with the tango music.
Yeah, you were not passionate about. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I say, okay, let's try, because at that moment I had a free time, so let's try. But after that, I start to work because my father he made exercise with another guy, and he was guitarist player. And I don't know, someday he told my father, I need a pianist for my work. And my father say, my son is pianist. You can call him. He's young people, but is young, but you can try. You can try with him. So he say, okay, let's try. He called me, and we start to work, just follow singers, just improvising with singers. It
Tangos,
was
right? Tango
my
singers, right?
tango.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
tango
Yeah.
singers, but not professional.
Okay.
Just people who like to sing,
So
to
it's
sing
that
tangos.
that's the karaoke thing you were referring to.
Something like,
Yeah.
yeah, something like karaoke. So I start that way, and yeah, that was the way I knew the tango music.
Yes. So did you start to like it because you were playing it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny because if I want to say something like romantic, I can say I love tango at that moment, but that's not real. I
No.
start because of work, just because
Yes.
of work. But I'm a musician, and I think every musician likes music. You don't care what kind of music, you like music. And I think if that moment that guitarist play jazz music, maybe I I will like at that moment. I will start to listen jazz, and of course I will like the jazz music. I mean, I'm a musician. I like every music, but maybe because I was in the tango music, I start to feel something different. And of course, if from Argentina, that's a plus. So when I start to play, a beginning, I remember I listened Di Sarli, D'Arienzo, Pugliese, and for me was all the same, all similar. And of course, at that moment I didn't know, because my ear was not prepared to listen tango. But after that, when I started to play more and listen and start to listen singers and orchestras, of course, that moment I really start to feel in love with the tango music.
I guess that's also why you continued with it.
Of course, yeah. And now I love tango. I like to listen tango. I like to listen to orchestras. I like to listen the new music. I respect all the new ways of tango, new tango, and yeah, and the beginning was because of work, but now, yeah, I feel really in love with the tango music and with the old and new tango.
Yes. So that's the two things you do, right? You play old music and you play new music.
Yeah, of course. And let me say something, because I was in Europe last year, and okay, maybe later we talk about a post. I post something in Facebook, and I say something about new tango. And when I was in Europe, some persons say, when you say new tango, we think about another kind of tango, like electronic tango or something like this. But when I say new tango, I'm talking about the new tango for dancers, because I'm more in this environment, the dancers environment. So
Yes.
when I say new tango, I have to say new tango milonguero. But yeah, I of course I can play old, I can play new, the new tango milonguero. I can play Piazzolla, of course. I like Piazzolla. Maybe I like more D'Arienzo than Piazzolla, but yeah, I can play, and I like to play all the tango styles.
Yes. And the point is that, for example, this electronic music, it's not like really tango, like the genre of tango, right? And you play like the structure of tango music has its own like identity, just as jazz or classical music, or like they all have their own like style. And you are used to playing like tango music has like its own rhythm and its own. So I think that's what you do, and you can make new music in that tradition.
Yeah. I think it's the first step is trying to take some things for the old tango and make new tango. But I think it's only the beginning, because maybe the future, I hope, we have new, how to say, new things to steal from other tango, new tango, and maybe make a more new tango, different to the old tango. But the first step is trying to make something new, but taking many things for the old tango, of course, because when you make music for dancers, of course, we are not making only music for dancers. We make music, but we need to think in the dancers, because they need to dance, and they need some how you say, some structure. So how you say, they need to feel safe with the music, not something strange, because they cannot dance well if you make something really different to the old tango. So the first step is trying to make something similar, but new melodies. That's my I think it's my offshoot is make new melodies and take some things from the old tango, like D'Arienzo, Di Sarli, Pugliese.
Okay, so let's return to that later. I just want to ask something more about the history. So, so you were playing for these amateur singers, and then you went to South Korea. I suppose you were really like hired by an orchestra or something serious. Like that's how you became a professional musician.
Yeah, you mean South Korea?
Yeah.
That was we say tango company. I don't know how can I explain, but yeah, it's a big show with dancers, sometimes singers, and that was Sextet, big band, and with scores, with sheets, and with rehearsal. So yeah, it was my first step to the professional professional, how you say, beginning. So yeah, that was very good to me, and also was hard, because as I told you before, I at that moment I'm not reading scores very well. So for me, played that like 20 tangos with orchestra was really a hard challenge to me.
Yeah.
But I think I could it well, because the tour was okay, the music was okay, and I grew up a lot after this tour.
Yes. And then you became a part of orchestras after that, like the ones you are part of now.
2009, the year I went to South Korea. After that, I started to play with the same sextet. We went to South Korea. The name was Los del Plata.
Okay.
This is this was my first milonguero group, music group. And in 2010, I started to play with Los Herederos del Compás.
Yeah, okay.
It was the next year. I remember the singer called me and say, "Do you know some pianist to play in my band?" I say, "Me."
But why did what a strange question.
Yeah,
was it
me.
A joke or not, or
no, not joke. No, just he thought that moment I was busy working.
Okay.
I was busy, but not a lot. So he asked me, "You know some pianist?" I say, I can play." Okay, good. Yeah, he is Pablo Ramos. He's the singer. He's singer, and it's a friend. And yeah, it was funny the question. So I say just, I can play. So I start to play D'Arienzo that moment, 2010, with Los Herederos del Compás. And it was also a hard challenge, because in D'Arienzo orchestra, the piano is the most important instrument. not bandoneon, not violin. Piano has melodies and it's really hard to play. So I start to play D'Arienzo that moment, and I also grow up a lot with this band, with Los Heredores del Compás.
Yes, because before we talk about these other orchestras, you like when you I would like to know between this moment that you joined Los Heredores del Compás and when you first started playing tango. So you said you learned a lot about music, about playing music, about technique, about reading music. But then what I want to know, for example, if you play jazz, you can have music on a sheet, you can read music, but if you only play it the way it says, it's really boring. So you need to know how to play jazz, because it's like knowledge that's like in your head. You need to practice. And how did you learn to play tango in a way that it really sounds like tango?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, I think it's the same. You know, tango and jazz are similar because maybe the story is very similar. And also, what you say is you can read the scores, it's fine, but that's not tango. Like a jazz, it's not jazz if you play only the scores. You need to learn the sound, the touch of the tango. And I think the only one way to learn this is, okay, there's two ways, but they are also important. First is listen. You have to listen tango. You have to listen orchestra. You have to listen a lot. It helps a lot because you can listen how the pianists play like bizarrely. If you don't listen bizarrely, you cannot play bizarrely because the scores is just nothing compared to what bizarrely plays that moment. So first is listen, and then is the second way is play. Just play and try to find the sound, and then of course you will make your own sound because if you learn how to play Disarli, how to play D'Arienzo, how to play Pugliese, how to play Troilo, then you can make your own sound. But at first you need to know how to play, because as you told before, you cannot play tango if you don't listen tango and you just want to read the scores. That's nothing compared to what tango is.
Yes, but does that mean you have, like, when you play D'Arienzo now, so you have like your own version of D'Arienzo? Like, is there your signature, like your style? Is it in everything you play, even though they're different orchestras? Is there something unique about how you? Yeah. So I'm not a musician, so I it's hard to ask these questions, but I try.
Yeah, at first, of course, I listened the pianist of D'Arienzo, like Biaggi, Rodolfo Biaggi, Fulvio Salamanca, Polito. So first, at beginning, I have to listen this kind of pianist, and then I make my own song. I think when I play D'Arienzo, I not play only what I listen in his orchestra. I'm trying to play something different. And of course, I have to follow D'Arienzo rules. I cannot move a lot, but I try to make my own sound. And I think this is the way. And then, of course, the next step is trying to make my own songs and play my own style. But it's so important to learn the typical orchestras, the golden age, because if you know how to play, it's like a classical music. If you know how to play classical music, you can play every music. But if you know how to play the tango orchestra, you can play like you can play every tango you want. Also Troilo, also Piazzolla. You need to know how to play the typical tango, and then you can play any kind of tango music.
Yes, and is there a way you can describe your style of playing? Can you describe it in words? Is there something about it that's is it just feeling like something inside your head that
I don't know. I don't know if I have already my own style. I'm not sure. Just a few months ago, I talked with someone. I think he is DJ music, and he say when I feel when I listen your music, I can know this is your music. If I even don't know which music is, I can know it's your music. I was surprised that moment because I don't think it's easy to recognize what I play, when, where, what kind of orchestra I play or not. But he said that, and I'm not sure. But of course, I think the goal of every musician is try to make the signature, like you say, like your own style. I'm trying to do my best to have my own style, but of course, it's really hard to get that.
yeah, so it's probably like when a classical musician he plays all these different composers, and all these different composers have their own style, but he still has his own, like across all these things he can play, he still puts his own touch, like his own, and it must be the same for you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's really hard to make your own style, and sometimes I think about the golden age, because that moment there was a lot of orchestras, and they meet together. They were friends, and but they make own style. If you listen this early and listen D'Arienzo, it's really different. But they were like friends. They meet. Maybe they share a musician each other, because it's like now when you play with one orchestra, the other orchestra, and you meet the other orchestra in a place like I played yesterday with two orchestras. So I think it's really hard to make your own style, but yeah, I think we have to try. We have to try to get this, because sometimes I talk with people and I say, if I want to work, like only work, if I want to get money, I don't need to make my own style. I don't need to make my own songs. Just I play D'Arienzo. I can play D'Arienzo all my life, and it's okay. I can live playing D'Arienzo. That's enough. But that's not what I want.
Yeah.
Of course, I like D'Arienzo, but I want more. I don't want to just play D'Arienzo and that's all. I want to make my song, my own style, and I want the tango environment grow up, because dancers can dance D'Arienzo. I can play D'Arienzo. Everything is fine. We are all happy, but is that what I want? I'm not sure. I think we need to give something back to the tango, because they give us a lot. So I think the way is make own style, own songs, and grow up with the tango environment.
Okay, let's talk about that now, because we postponed it earlier, but I think it's a good moment to talk. So can you maybe tell me a bit about? So you wrote an article 3 years ago, and can you tell me a bit about that?
Okay.
So I read it, but yeah.
It's almost 3 years. Yeah, now I've realized 3 years. Wow, lot of time. Yeah, it's the same. We talk now. I talk, I don't know how to say in English, is comfort zone.
Yeah.
This is comfort zone. Okay.
Yeah. So
I-
you want to go outside of the comfort zone.
Yeah, I say, yeah, not only me. I think the community, tango community,
Need to.
I think we need to, yeah,
Okay.
we need to, the tango deserve, we do that. I say we need to move out to the comfort zone, because as I told you before, we can play D'Arienzo. I can play D'Arienzo all my life. Dancers can play, dance D'Arienzo. DJs can play D'Arienzo and this early. We are all happy, but I think we need to do something different, because the tango community is not people who is in the tango community because of money. Of course, some people is in the tango community only for money, but the most of the people are in the tango environment because we like to dance, we like to listen, we like to play. So when I post this in Facebook, this article, I try to say that we have to do something different. So we have to change our mind. We not dancers, because dancers, I will talk not in the romantic way. I will say that dancers are our clients. They just want to dance. They want to dance. They don't want something more. They pay and they want to dance. And that's fine. That's fine. They don't need to change nothing. I don't want to how to say, I don't want to push dancers to dance our songs. I don't want that. I just want they enjoy. But when I write this post, I talk to organizer, to DJ, and also to musician, because if we want to change something and we want to move out to the comfort zone, first we have to write songs for dancers. That's the first step. Second step, the organizers, of course, they think about money, because they need to pay the band, the DJ. But if organizer can change the mind, they will maybe they will take orchestra with new songs. And also for the about the DJ just follow what organizer wants, because if DJ wants to play new music, new tangos for milongueros, but organizer, the organizer don't want that, just they won't pay for that DJ. They will try to find more, how you say, more, how you say, old tango DJ. How you say? I don't know how to say. Like they will find or they will try to looking for a DJ who plays old tango. So what I say is organizing. I think he needs to change the mind and let the DJ play old and new music, and also the bands. So if we change the mind, organizers, DJs, and musicians, and we play music for dancers, new music for dancers, I think at the end, the dancers will dance our music, the new music. But if we don't make this, if we don't change the mind of the people who need to make this environment to dancers, we never will change what dancers dance. Because some dancers, when I play live, I play my own songs. And many times when I finish, some dancers come to me and say, what is this song between Felicia and Loca? So I say, that's my song, Samurai. Wow, it's so good. I like so much. But after that, this dancer, maybe they cannot dance this tango till the next milonga I play.
Yeah.
So what we need is DJ need to play our music, because dancers need to know what they dance. They need to know, they need to listen many times it's not one time. Of course, dancers want to dance new music just one time. It's not possible. And dancers will say, no, I don't like this. I prefer to dance Felicia.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I understand him or her, but we need to change the mind, because if we have, I just ask for one tanda. If we have one tanda for of new tango in every milonga, I think finally dancers will dance, because there's a lot of good new tangos. There's a lot of new tangos for dancers that dancers like. But if we don't change the mind, it will be the same. So when I wrote this post, I was thinking about this, and of course, that moment many people talk about this, and many DJs start to play new music. I make a folder in Google Drive with new tangos. So when some DJs want, or also radio, they want new music, I send this with new tango, not only my orchestra, my groups, many groups. I ask for new songs. So basically is this. I think we need to change the mind and move out the song comfort, but I know it's not easy, because it's like 80 years we are listening the same tango, and dancers are dancing the same music. This Harley D'Arienzo Pugliese, it's fine. I don't want to how you say, I don't want to delete these tangos, this kind of tango, because I love to play this kind of tango. But just I say, we need to make a space for new tango. Just one tango.
Yes. Sorry, the sound
milonga.
is. Oh, no, the sound is back. Yeah, the sound was gone for.
Okay. I say that you have, I don't know, 20 tandas in one milonga. I'm not sure, but for example, okay, just one tanda.
Yes. So
for beginning.
How do you make sure that? This is a tough question, but I like traditional music very much. I'm very in that side. So how do you? So you have a lot of experience playing. You know a lot about tango music that is like dance music, and for me, there's a lot of musicians who are like they're really interested in piazzolla and they're really interested in all that stuff. So I'm not interested in that. That's music for musicians. I'm interested in music for dancers, and not just because it's for dancing, but also because I think it's simply better. Like I think the golden age of tango is much better than piazzolla and whatever came after that. But that's opinion. So other people have other opinions, right? But you know a lot about tango music that is really good. So how do you create new music that respects that tradition, but also create something new? How do you do that?
This is I think this is it's hard, as I told you before. This is really hard, but this is the beginning, because this is the first time you have a lot of orchestras in the same time, like golden age. This is the first time you have a lot of bands live playing, and it makes the groups and composer to make new tango. But of course, as I told you before, the first step is trying to make something new, but follow the rules of the D'Arienzo, Pugliese, and the other orchestra. But I think in the future, if we follow this way, we will start to listen some new tango with different things, not follow D'Arienzo. But this is just how you say, this is the first step. We need time. Anyway, you can listen for example, you can listen La Misteriosa Buenos Aires. This is a famous orchestra here, and they have a new tango, and you can listen, and I think you can identify, if you are in a milonga, you can identify this is new tango. And of course they follow the Charlie style, but they are changing small things. So this is the way. And also my own songs, I follow all orchestra, but I'm trying to change small things. That's the way. We need time, because I know 20 years ago, you didn't have that moment. There's are not the how you say, I don't know how to say, la cantidad. I want to say the
amount.
The amount, yeah, amount to orchestras we have now.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I say
there are more options now.
There are more, yeah, than before. So yeah, I think this is first step, and we have to compose, and we have to change the focus and trying to make new songs. And after this, of course, dancers will choose what they like and what they don't like, because now dancers dance all orchestra, but we have to understand that they don't dance all the orchestras. They dance what they like.
Yeah.
That's the reason I say dancers are our clients, because finally they decide what they want to dance, but they cannot decide if they don't know. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They cannot decide, I like this new tango, I don't like this new tango, if they don't know. And know is not just listen one time. Know is dance many times. They go to milonga, they dance, this is new tango. First time I heard. Second time, yeah, I know this because in the milonga I listened 2 days ago, and that's the way they will know the new tango. And after that, they will decide if they like, if they don't like. Of course, maybe they want to dance samurai, I don't know, or totarpiando, my milonga, or maybe they decide, no, I don't want to dance this. I want to dance Felicia and La Puñalada. That's okay. But we need to compose for dancers, and then we need DJs play our music for dancers to know what this is this is the new music, and then they decide if they want to dance or not. I'm sure they will dance some of the new tangos, and some of new tangos they don't, because they won't like, and that's okay. But we have to make this. We have to give the option to the dancers to decide. But first, they need to know what is the new tango and what not. And when I say new tango, it's not electronic tango, just new tango for milongueros.
Yeah, that's really good. So you wrote this article, and like it's your desire to not only play old music but also new, compose new things. Do you think a lot of other orchestras at the moment, or bands, do they think they want the same as you? Are they on the same line as you, like the same? Do you guys work together to create a new generation of music?
Yeah, there's a lot of orchestras. They want to make something new, like La Juan D'Arienzo has new songs, Los Herederos del Compás, La Misteriosa Buenos Aires, my own bands, Pablo Valle, Sexteto, Siempre Tango. We have our new songs, and also I'm trying to make some funny things. I don't know, funny, but I'm trying to make something new, like mixing the tango loca, Loca for D'Arienzo, making it milonga rhythm. So also make something new, I think is good. And yeah, we don't share our new songs, like we don't work together, but we have one way is, and our way is to make new songs. And I think we are in this way, and step by step dancers start to dance the new music. So yeah, I think the orchestras, the most famous orchestras we know in the tango environment, they are making new songs, new music.
So can you tell something practical about how you make new music? It's very hard to talk about probably, but like you have to, people think musicians, like all they do is play on a stage, but actually musicians are playing like whatever 8-10 hours a day. They're practicing on their piano at home. So can you say something about how you create something new? How do you sit down and think about it? Like if it's secret, then we shouldn't talk about it, but I'm just wondering, like you can tell me about that you want to create new things, and you can send me a recording to listen to it, but I'm interested in what happens in between.
Okay. Yeah, playing the stage is just a small part. Sometimes, maybe the people think, you just go play on stage and that's all. No, there's a lot of work behind this. We have to make rehearsal, and we compose, and we practice in our homes. Then we practice together when we make rehearsal. So in my case, just what I feel. I'm not sure about other musicians, but in my case, I can stay at my home watching, I don't know, a movie, and sometimes you have one melody, something small in your head, and I start that way. When I have something and I have time, because of course you have to have time, free time to compose. It's not easy because you have to sit. I sit with my piano, my computer, and start to think and find a way to make a melody. But the beginning is just some melody you have in your head. And when I have free time, I sit, I start to play, to find the harmony, and then I see what happened. Sometimes you write something, and maybe you write small melody, and then you leave the melody and you start with other melody. So in my case, it's just this. It's a melody in my head, and then I start to trying to make all the song, no? Of course. But yeah, you need time, and sometimes you need something attractive to dancers and to the people who listen. So it's not secret, just this. It's not very romantic. I can say something like more romantic, but is this is some melody you have, and you want to start to make something like a song, entirely song.
Is there, so let's say you come up with some kind of melody. How do you make it tango? What do you add? What elements make it a tango?
Yeah, okay, yeah, all the tango things we have in our head. We first, you have to have the melody. That's important, the melody. And I like the melody, the clear melody. So when I have the melody, first I make clear the melody, because sometimes you have to change some things, and then I start to put the things about tango. The it's something technique like marcato, syncopa, and some I don't know how to say, some melodies between the main melody. Some melodies we say like
Is that a
puente.
counter melody? Oh no, that's something else, I think.
No, this is like something in the middle of the main melody. It's hard to say because it's something technique, but this is just decoration. The important is the main melody, and then you have to it's like the tree, the Christmas tree. You have the tree, and then you have to decorate. You have to put balls and all things. Well, this is the same. You have to first you have the main melody, and then you start to decorate and put something behind, and this kind of melodies between the main melody. We say puente because like a puente, like a bridge.
A bridge,
yeah, something like this, and that's all. That's it's not magic. It's just it's this, but sometimes it takes time because for example, I have a song. The name is El Sol, the sun.
I saw that today.
First, when I wrote this melody, I make arrangement for this tango, and after 2 years I decided to change the arrangement because at that moment I felt I didn't like. So sometimes you need to grow up your idea in your head.
Yes, and you get a new insight, and you've grown as a musician, and you reach a new level of creativity. So that's very interesting. So this might be a bit of a stupid question this time, but what do you prefer? Do you prefer when you can play a really good old song or a new song? So it's hard. It's hard to ask these types of questions, but I'm just really interested in what goes on inside your head. So, for example, I saw you play La Mariposa or La Mariposita. I think it's it's like the La Mariposa with a singer, and I just like it very much how you, because I'm a really fanatical guy of traditional tango music, and I really like it when someone plays a traditional tango very beautifully, also as a solo. So, I'm not sure where I'm going with my question, but maybe So, do you like that as much as coming up with something new? Is like the musician's brain wants to create something new, but do you also like playing something old?
I understand what you say, and I must say that I like so much traditional tango. I like so much the tangos of the golden age. I'm fan of Biaggi. I'm fan of D'Arienzo. I like it so much. Tisarli also. I like so much Pugliese. And of course, we like to play. I like to play this kind of music. I really enjoy when I play this music, and it's double joy because I enjoy when I play this music, and I know that dancers enjoy when I play this music because they know this music. So for them, it's also easy to dance because they know what happened in the future in this song. But I want to move out the song comfort, and I want to play new tango.
Sorry, let me interrupt you. Let me move on to another question that is related. So let's say you are at a show in some country like Japan or Europe or wherever, and you are playing your own music or something unknown, and the dancers do not know what's coming. How do you how is it like for you to maybe you have time sometimes to look at people? I don't know. Maybe you're always like but I sometimes see piano players that play like this. So because they have like the music that is in their fingers, so it's like so. Is that? It must be really exciting for you that you know that people are dancing to your composition.
Yeah, they are dancing. They are dancing. Of course, they dance. But yeah, sometimes I tried not see dancers that moment. But yeah, after that I want to know what they feel they felt when they dance, and yeah, of course they say yeah, good. Some songs they say I like this so much. Of course they don't say I don't like this song, but they say I like your I don't know. For example, I have a milonga. The name is Dotarpiando. It's a difficult name, but it's Dotarpiando, and people like so much. And when I composed this, I didn't think about maybe okay, it's only one milonga, maybe people will dance, but finally they like so much. But of course, before know if they like or not, uh, I think myself, is it good to play my own music? Maybe they won't like what I play. So I like to play old tango, but also I think we must play new tango. So my conclusion is we don't need to play all old tango. We don't need to play all new tango. We can play mix. I think it's better because we enjoy and dancers also enjoy, because if they dance Felicia and then they don't want to dance Samurai, my song, it's okay. Just they can sit and wait. So I think it's win-win for dancers and for us. But it's really hard to answer just one way, because we are musicians. We like to play tango, and I hope in the future dancers also want to listen old and new tango, and they ask for new tango. Like they want to listen La Comparsita, that's okay, that's good. But I hope they want to listen new tango in the future, and they ask for new tangos. But as I told you before, this is just small of a big part of the tango environment. We have to change. We have to change mind for this happen.
Yes.
So yeah. But it is important to make this clear. I want to play old tango. I love old tango. I love traditional tango. So we don't need to just replace the old tango with new tango. No, just I want they live together. Old and new tango live together. It's possible, of course, and that's the way we have to try to change.
Yeah, so I have a lot of respect for people like you who try to create something new, but they also really know what they're doing. Because if you, you know, my own opinion is that it's not possible for someone who does not know tango music very well to just create new tangos that actually are good. So I feel like you have to go to some kind of evolution, that you need to know what the old music is about, and then you can create something new and you can move beyond what's already there. So you can create something original. But I have seen tango musicians in the past. Like I said, they were really interested in things like Piazzolla, and they play music for people who like really difficult musicians' music. And in your case, I have the feeling that you are very qualified to create new music, because you know the essence of what tango is, and that's not only old music, but it's like the whole tradition. And yeah, it has to move on as well. It has to become something new. It cannot just stay something old, right? Like, I mean, same with jazz. Like nowadays, like you have jazz and they play things from Miles Davis, but they also want to do their own thing. So why wouldn't tango musicians try the same, right? And yeah, I like I said, I personally believe that the dance music that we have is also the best music. And then if someone also wants to create music like that but new, I think that's a really good idea, because that's what we need in a way. And it's funny, and let me tell you a story just to conclude this. I wanted to ask something else, but there's no time for that. But let's just tell me an interesting thing that happened to me. So in 2017, when I was in Buenos Aires, that time I was in Buenos Aires, I was depressed, and I could not listen to the old music anymore. So I was very like I was fed up with new music, old music, for some reason. Like right now I'm not anymore. But then I went to a milonga, and they played some newer music sometimes in between. And I almost never really danced milongas, but they played like a new milonga, and I danced that new milonga. And then my friend, she said like, well, you can dance milonga really well. And it's like, what's the usual term for milonga? Like contrapié? No, it's like there's something with pied. I don't remember the right word, but it's like the typical milonga thing to say. You said like you're really good at this rhythm thing, but that was with a new song, and it was not a cover of something old. It was new. So who knows? Maybe it was by you. I don't know. I cannot remember what song it was, but who knows? So it's really funny that like I can give you, like, you are the musician, and then I can give you this very small perspective from just one dancer like me who experienced that. And then I got to see that sometimes it can be fun to dance to something you don't know, even though I like the old music really much. But who knows, if people, musicians like you, if they can convince me with their music that music is danceable, and it's also like good quality music, like artistic stuff, not cliched, not but really like original, nice music, just like the golden age was, then it's a really good progress towards something new. So
Yeah.
let me just ask you a very short question, just a few minutes. Do you actually dance?
No. So
Okay.
I couldn't help you about this pie contra pie or something, because
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Okay.
dance.
Do you ever plan to dance?
No, I must say, sorry, because I will say this, but I don't feel attractive about dance.
Okay.
When I see people dancing, I don't feel I want to. So, but yeah, of course, some friend of me, they dance. They are musician, like Mayumi, the violin player. She dance, and many of musicians friends, they dance. In my case, because just I don't know. I don't know. Maybe in the future, who knows? Maybe, but I know that some musicians told me that if you dance, you can compose better, because you compose thinking about the dance, about the maybe the pie,
Yeah.
about the technique. I don't know, but yeah, I don't want to dance now. I know in the future. But anyway, when I compose, I always think about dancers. I always focus about dancers, because as you told before, the tango, the origin of the tango, it was for dance, because many people think that the real tango is Piazzolla because it's for listen, but the real tango is for dancers, because Troilo and D'Arienzo, they play for dancers, not in a concert. They play in a clubs, and they play for dancers. So I think this is real tango. Of course, I respect Piazzolla public, or Piazzolla people who likes Piazzolla. It's okay, but the real tango is for dancers. So when I compose, I always have my focus in dancers. I think if I play this maybe for dancers, it's not good, so I will do something different. And the important thing for me is know that they know how to finish. They know when the tango finish or the milonga finish, because I think if they don't know when the tango finish or milonga, I think something is going bad when I compose.
Yes. Well, I hope to maybe hear you live someday. And
Yeah, of course.
I wish you the best in what you're trying to achieve, and also all the other things you are doing. Because it's not just about creating something new, you're also just also playing older music in older styles. So you're doing both things. And yeah, so good luck with that. And it was nice to have talked with you about this. And yeah, like I said, I wish you the best, and I hope to meet you one day.
Thank you so much. Of course, if you come to Buenos Aires, I will invite you to listen some of my groups. And let me tell you just something short, because I think many dancers and DJs, maybe they will watch this interview. Just I want to say, if someone need new tango songs in MP3 or audio to play or just to dance, they can contact you or just me. They can find me in Instagram, and I will send for free. I will send the new songs, because I think is the way to make the people know the new tango.
Okay. So I will mention that in the description of the video if you want. I can mention it. Okay. Okay. So bye for now.
Okay. See you. Thank you very much.